Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel. Before we dive into today's case, I need to give you guys some important disclaimers. Today we're talking about a very recent and ongoing situation involving the death of Chinese actor Yu Menglong. Everything I'm sharing comes from publicly available information and news sources, but please remember, some details are still unconfirmed, and there are many theories circulating online that are purely speculation. We're going to respect the family's privacy while discussing what's been reported. This is not about pointing fingers or spreading rumors. It's about understanding why this case has captivated and divided so many people online. If you're sensitive to discussions about death or conspiracy theories, this might not be the video for you today. With that said, let's get into it because this case, it's got layers, okay? And the internet is not letting this go. The facts. So here's what we know for certain. On September 11th, 2025, just last week, Chinese actor Yu Menglong died after falling from a residential building in Beijing's Chaoyang District. He was 37 years old. The official statement from authorities? They're calling it an accident. His mother later stated that he fell after consuming alcohol. The incident happened at an apartment that belonged to one of his friends in the entertainment industry. Now, this should have been a tragic but straightforward case of an accidental death, right? But here's where it gets complicated and why we're here today talking about it. The Chinese authorities have ruled out criminal involvement. Case closed, they said. But the internet had other plans.
Yu Menglong, the actor who knew too much, had left behind cryptic cries for help. The question now isn't whether this was an accident. Everyone knows it wasn't. The real question is, how deep does the rock go politically?
We're talking about an actor with over 26 million followers, so when news broke, it spread like wildfire. The response was so intense that Beijing police have actually detained 3 women for spreading what they call false allegations about his death online. And that's when things got really interesting, because nothing makes the internet more suspicious than being told to stop talking about something. Born on June 15, 1988, in Urumqi, Xinjiang, Yu Menglong was best known for his roles in popular Chinese dramas like Go Princess Go and Eternal Love. But he wasn't just an actor, he was also a singer and had built a massive following over the years. Now, let me tell you about some of the moments that made him go viral and why fans were so attached to him. He had this reputation for being genuine and down-to-earth in interviews. There are clips of him laughing with fans, being playful on set, and just seeming like a really warm person. One particular clip that's been circulating shows him talking about the pressures of the entertainment industry. He was discussing how difficult it can be for actors to speak their minds or stand up for themselves. Fans are now looking back at these interviews with completely different eyes. There's another interview where he talks about wanting to do more meaningful work and not just commercial projects. Some fans interpreted this as him wanting to expose certain things about the industry. What's important to understand is that Yu Menglong wasn't just another celebrity to his fans. They saw him as someone who was authentic in an industry known for its artifice. So when he died under what many consider mysterious circumstances, they felt like they lost someone who represented something real. The internet explosion. Okay, so imagine you wake up and find out that an actor you followed for years has died in what officials are calling an accident. You're sad, you're shocked, but you accept it because accidents happen, right? But here's where details start coming out that don't quite add up in people's minds. And remember, we're in 2025. Information travels fast, and Chinese netizens are incredibly savvy when it comes to reading between the lines. The internet reaction was immediate and intense. Chinese social media platforms were flooded with questions. Fans started analyzing every detail that was released. They were asking, why was he at this friend's apartment? Who was this friend? What exactly happened in those final moments? Some alleged CCTV footage started circulating, though its authenticity has never been verified. People were sharing and resharing videos, trying to piece together what happened that night. The Chinese drama fan community, which is huge and incredibly organized, began pushing for what they called a free and fair investigation. They weren't satisfied with the official explanation, and they made their voices heard. But here's where it gets really significant. This wasn't just random internet chatter. This was a sustained, organized response from millions of people who felt like they weren't getting the truth. And then something interesting happened. Instead of addressing these concerns or providing more transparency, authorities started cracking down on the conversation itself. The official statement was that they would combat any illegal activities related to fabricating and disseminating rumors. On the surface, this makes sense. You want to prevent the spread of false information, especially about someone's death. But here's the thing that got people even more worked up: the timing and the intensity of the response. For many people online, this felt like an overreaction. Why such a swift and strong response to what officials claimed was clearly an accidental death? Around September 16th, 17th, a letter allegedly from Yu Menglong's mother was released asking the public to stop speculating and to respect the family's grief. This should have been the end of it, right? But even this letter became controversial. Some people online started questioning whether it was actually written by his mother or if it was released by other parties. Again, there's no evidence for these claims, but it shows you how deep the distrust had become. The government intervention, rather than quieting the speculation, seemed to amplify it. People started asking, if this really was just an accident, why such an intense response to online chatter? The theories and speculation. Okay, before we get into this section, I need to be really clear. What I'm about to discuss are theories and speculation that have been circulating online. These are not confirmed facts. These are opinions and suspicions that people have shared on social media. I'm sharing them because they're part of why this case has gained so much attention. But please understand, these are unverified claims. So, why do some people think there's more to the story? Let me walk you through the main theories that have been circulating. Theory 1. Government cover-up. Some people believe that the government is actively trying to delete evidence of foul play. They point to the quick arrests of people discussing the case online as evidence that authorities are trying to control the narrative rather than seek the truth. Theory 2. The letter wasn't from his mother. There's speculation that the letter asking people to stop discussing the case wasn't actually written by Yu Menglong's mother. People are questioning the timing and wording of the letter. Theory 3. The inadequate investigation. Some believe that police didn't conduct a proper investigation before ruling the death accidental. They argue that the quick conclusion suggests authorities weren't interested in finding the truth. Theory 4. The alleged torture video. This is probably the most disturbing theory circulating. Some people claim there's a video showing Yu Menglong being tortured. Theory 5. The USB drive. There are rumors that Yu Menglong carried around a USB drive containing sensitive information about the entertainment industry.
A shocking twist has emerged in the ongoing controversy involving actor Yu Menglong. Reports claim that his manager has surrendered to authorities following the circulation of a viral video online.
So where does this leave us? On one hand, we have an official ruling of accidental death due to alcohol consumption. On the other hand, we have millions of people who feel like they're not getting the full story. What's particularly interesting about this case is how it shows the power of social media and public opinion in 2025. When millions of people demand answers, authorities have to respond, whether that's through more transparency or, as we've seen here, through controlling the conversation. The truth is, we may never know what really happened to Yu Menglong on September 11, 2025. But this case has highlighted some important questions about transparency, the power of social media, and what happens when public trust breaks down. What do you guys think? Do you believe the official explanation, or do you think there are legitimate questions that haven't been answered? Let me know in the comments, but please keep it respectful. We're talking about a real person who died and a family that's grieving. And remember, always be critical of what you read online, including what I've shared today. Demand evidence, question sources, and don't let emotion override critical thinking. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.